It has just become a whole lot more difficult for Spurs to pursue Mauricio Pochettino in the hope of bringing him back to North London this summer, as PSG sporting director Leonardo this evening confirms that the French club have extended Mauricio Pochettino's contract by a further year by triggering a clause in the initial deal. The £10 million break clause that Spurs had initially been quoted has just risen and risen dramatically. It's not a good piece of news for Spurs, and it's one that I know a lot of fans will be absolutely devastated to hear. The deal isn't over. I think that is a key thing to point out already. But Mario Cortegano, who this morning or this afternoon said that Pochettino was was looking to leave, or to get the direct quote, he had asked to leave PSG with whatever team looking to pursue him. Cortegano has now said it'll be very difficult for Mauricio Pochettino to leave PSG. So we're going to talk about this story, what this could mean for Tottenham's pursuit of Pochettino and of another manager. As Trevor there says in the live chat, it's Eric Ten Hag or Conte in now. I wouldn't go that far just yet, but it is a very disappointing development this evening, which we will talk through. So yeah, look, there you have it at the bottom of the story there. PSG sporting director Leonardo confirms PSG has extended Pochettino's contract by another year, and this has come in the midst of a rather promising time for Spurs when Leonardo had initially refused to comment on whether or not Mauricio Pochettino would stay at the club. This changed rather quickly then when he said that Pochettino has a 2-year contract and they're very happy with him. Now that raised eyebrows initially, because when Pochettino joined PSG, he'd only signed an 18-month contract, which of course meant that there was only 1 year left in it. However, there's now 2 years. He has extended that deal. Journalist Cesar Luis Merlo is now saying that Mauricio Pochettino's entourage has confirmed to him that Pochettino is staying at PSG. This pursuit is falling apart very, very quickly for Spurs. Antonio Conte is now out of contention for the Real Madrid job. That is according to another Spanish journalist in Ciro Lopez. So if we're talking tonight, it really is looking like Antonio Conte is the most likely option for the Spurs manager. And the managerial odds, as you see beside me there, are, when I checked just before coming live, are still the current odds. However, I would imagine that will change, and they will change very, very quickly indeed. But as it stands, Mauricio Pochettino is still the favourite to be the next Spurs manager, but I don't think that will last very long at all. Get your thoughts in the live chat and all that good stuff. Let me know what you think about this one. We've a comment there from Nierla saying, and that's why you don't celebrate or speculate until something is done. You only set yourself up for disappointment in the end. Rob here saying Harry Potter to Spurs. All right, Rob. Yeah, Liverpool fan. Of course, he's having his fun. Aaron says, wouldn't worry too much. Just means we'd have to pay more. Seems like PSG are more worried. That was my initial thought, that PSG are probably just doing this to get a bit more money out of the deal because, essentially, if they're going to lose and they want to get as much as possible, the option there for Mauricio Pochettino to resign, or Spurs to only have to pay 50 or £10 million to tax that break clause. I thought they were just extending that by a year, get a bit more out of the deal, similar to what Ajax did, because that deal that Eric Ten Hag signed is in the exact same way that this deal was done. The club extended the contract by a year under a pre-agreed clause. The manager had nothing to do with it. But very, very quickly, a number of stories falling apart tonight. And that first one, just to reiterate, PSG sporting director Leonardo confirmed to Europe 1 that PSG have extended Poch's contract by a further year. And now Cesar Merlo is saying that Mauricio Pochettino's entourage has confirmed to him that Pochettino is staying at PSG. So if we're looking at this tonight, it looks as though Spurs will not be appointing Mauricio Pochettino. Does our attention now turn to Antonio Conte? This one is really up in the air, and we're still just finding out news as we are live here. The direct quote from Leonardo, he said, Mauricio Pochettino has 2 years of contract at PSG and we are very happy. Rob says, I feel a bit let down, my whole comment wasn't read out. I thought it was pretty clever. Although both need to add a bit of magic to that squad. Well, I didn't see that because I decided to ignore it, Rob, because I was I was a bit annoyed at the mention of Graham Potter, but look, a lot of magic is needed to fix this Spurs squad and to fix this whole Spurs situation at the moment as this news continues to filter through tonight. It's devastating. It is, because for a good few days there, it looked very likely that Mauricio Pochettino would return to North London, that he would be the manager to succeed Jose Mourinho. And like I say, he is still in the bookies, the favourite. Those odds beside me, I think, have changed a little bit, but those are still fairly accurate in terms of what the bookies are expecting from this deal. William Hill had temporarily suspended betting on the Tottenham's manager earlier today, which I think is particularly interesting given that they are the official betting partner of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. But that is back up and running now again. The the bets are coming in thick and fast for William Hill. I think the odds had drifted slightly on Pochettino, but are back to normal out. And I'm trying to find it here on their website, but it's, if I'm not an idiot, it is a bit of a difficult website to navigate. Richard Bennett says, to be honest, we are becoming a joke club with Enoch at the helm and Levy still no naming rights. And look, speaking about Levy and speaking about Enoch, this is the last thing they needed. And I think this is what we all knew, all felt would be the last straw for Enoch. If we got the hope and the expectation of potentially bringing Mauricio Pochettino back into the club, then all of a sudden, if that falls apart, it is a big worry for Enoch, because that hope that the fans had, that the feeling of being appeased or a bit of redemption perhaps for the board and bringing Pochettino back into the club could be quickly shattered. And I think the protests that we've seen in the last couple of weeks that have been quite pathetic from the Spurs fan base, I think will be a lot stronger, and the voices will be heard a lot more. Now look, this of course depends on who the alternative is. It could still be Antonio Conte, who a lot of the Spurs fans would take, and I think a lot of the fans who are hoping for Mauricio Pochettino may still be happy if Antonio Conte is the man who does come in. Just again to say that Antonio Conte to Real Madrid does appear to be off, which interestingly is the same as Raul Gonzalez. So if Pochettino's staying at PSG and then Conte and Raul to Real Madrid are off, they'll be left hanging dry without a manager at the moment. But it could still be Conte. I think a lot of Spurs fans will take that, even the ones who are looking at as Pochettino as their ideal candidate, because I will admit myself it was a bit more sentimentality than anything that Pochettino would be the next manager in what I was hoping. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm happy it's off or I don't want it to happen. I absolutely 100% want it to happen. But it's not the worst thing in the world if Conte comes in. There's Martin Mongan here saying I think Conte would be a great choice. Martin, thanks for tuning in. Conte would still be a great choice. He would, but I would have preferred Pochettino, and I feel as though a lot of Spurs fans are the same. Cody saying we won't get Conte or Ten Hag either now. Not optimistic there with the situation of Spurs. I think Conte and Ten Hag are still on. Again, if he's not going to Real Madrid, he will be looking for a job, and I feel he'll be looking for one quite quickly, because he'll want to get in to whatever club he's coming to. He'll want to get there before the transfer market, before the Euros, maybe get a few deals done, or a few deals more than done. Ian Nicholson is saying, where did this info come from? This is coming straight from the PSG sporting director. This isn't speculation, this isn't rumours, as a lot of people claim this stuff on this channel is. This is absolute fact. The PSG sporting director, Leonardo, as it is written directly below me, confirms PSG have extended Poch's contract by a further year. This is straight from him. He's speaking to Europe One this evening, where he had initially refused to comment on whether or not Pochettino will be staying at PSG. He has since told us that they have extended his contract by a further year. No Timing says, anyone know if there is any clause? Well, there was initially a £10 million break clause, according to a few rumours, but there's some reports tonight from Cesar Luis Merlo, who said that Pochettino's entourage have confirmed to him that Pochettino will stay at PSG beyond this summer and into next season. Given how quickly this has developed and unravelled this evening, I'm waiting for Fabrizio Romano to confirm news either way. Now, Romano did tweet on the Pochettino saga for the first time tonight, about 40 minutes ago, when he said, just directed or directly quoted Leonardo's comments to Europe One. Pochettino has a 2-year contract here at PSG, and we are very happy with him. So that is all Romano said so far, bar that the eye emojis on an Instagram comment when he was asked about this. But this evening, it does look likely that Mauricio Pochettino will not be the new manager of Spurs. I was expecting a lot of this to happen tomorrow. I thought this time tomorrow the situation would be a whole lot clearer. I didn't expect much to happen over the weekend with the Champions League final yesterday and Sunday. You don't really get much news, much rumours on a Sunday. Timothy says, Matt Hayes, was this done because we have to pay more? I'm hoping that's the case. I really am hoping they've extended this just to get a bit more out of Spurs, a bit more compensation. And look, people will say he can still resign, but Spurs will still have to pay compensation to him if he does. If Poch resigns to come to Spurs, it's just the way it works. I don't know why it works like that. I don't know what the exact rules are, but we will have to pay compensation to PSG if he resigns and come to us anything. Anyway, Kev says it's one of the things that I hate about football: rumours and whispers. Until it is done, it is never done. I'm fuming, and I'm fuming as well. I'm absolutely gutted. Because I know everyone who's watching this channel knows how excited I was about this one, and that I was quite confident that it could happen, but that appears to have fallen apart pretty quickly. And maybe my prediction last Wednesday that Antonio Conte would be the next manager of Spurs is looking a bit more realistic again. But yeah, look, this is the news tonight. PSG Sporting Director Leonardo confirms PSG have extended Poch's contract by a further year. It's devastating, it's heartbreaking, and I expect the odds to drift fairly quickly as we move into tomorrow morning and yet another week of Tottenham's pursuit of a manager. When we had initially been told a manager will be appointed by the end of the season, has our number one candidate turned away from us and rejected us? Has he been taken from our grasp a week and a half after the season has ended? Who knows where this is going to go? Who knows when we're going to have a manager in charge? Really, the question needs to be asked, who knows who that manager is going to be? We're going to wrap it up there. Just a quick stream tonight. The 113 watching, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already for more on this and for more updates tomorrow, as I'm sure the news will be coming thick and fast then. If you have enjoyed this stream, which to be honest I doubt you have, I certainly haven't, but if you want more of this content and all that, again, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.